Welcome to my course. Uh, this course will be starting from the very beginners, and then we will move on to the more advanced course, like making the advanced applications, like real life applications that goes under production used by millions of users. But before that, we will start from the language itself, the Swift. I'm trying to refer to this language paradigm and all this coding style from Apple's guidelines. You can download this book for free from Apple iBook. Recently, it's renamed to the Book app on the Mac. But make sure that you have Windows or Linux. Even then, you can use Swift. You can't develop iOS app, but you can learn the language. So even if I start from Mac and from this book from Apple Bookstore, the course can be understood and the language can be grabbed from any other platform as well. So I'll make sure that we stick to the very basic first and then move on to the iOS part, so that you can learn the language. But if you decide to learn the language, you can always shift to the iOS development later also. So before beginning the course, I would like to introduce myself. I'm iOS developer. I have been doing iOS development for last 9 years, and it's almost been 10 years, I think, before the iPhone 4 came out. So my journey has been into the iOS world for quite long now. So before making any other introduction about myself, I will start from this book. So this book start from very basic, very beginners type of course is this. It's like arrays, variables, and all those things. For doing all the coding demonstration from here, I will try to use the playground. Playground is a new feature in Xcode. It's been 3-4 years right now into the Xcode, which you can just use as a template single view. This screen might change over time, so don't stick with this single view or playground all but try to follow the language and how it works. I will try to say Swift. I'll try to name this Swift 101 and save it on desktop. You will notice that at first it might be a bit slow. It's not like JavaScript that it won't compile. Actually, it will compile. It's just that it will show the preview over here right in the screen itself. So it's technically faster than any other thing, but in some way it's also slower. So whatever you are seeing here is an iPhone screen, and whatever you are seeing here is a real-time debuggers. So it's quite fascinating that you can actually see whatever is going through the coding lifecycle. You can actually have a live preview. This is the best way to learn the programming, I think, for any language. If you are beginner, I would suggest you use this kind of platform tools to learn the language. So let's say I just copy my code from here. Just discard this part. You don't have to know how this work or how this is going all. This is not required right now. Just focus on this part and we will be good. So if I hit run, okay, there are more issues. I'll fix this. Why I'm saying that this is the best way to program, you will know in a while. This my variable right now has a value of 42. My variable right now in this code has a value of 50. This is something the beginner programmer finds very difficult to understand. So what I suggest is, like, once you know how the variables value flows, how the value changes, you'll be a good programmer in the long run. So I would suggest anyone learning any language, be it Python or anything, if you have something like tools like this called Playground, or where the real-time values are shown in the debugger areas and all these things, it will be very helpful. It will help you learn language better. So let's start from this alone. Today, first thing you need to do is like install the Xcode from App Store. Download this Xcode and then try to open the Playground. Just go through the file menu and then new, and then you have here a Playground. So I would suggest you, for the first lesson today, just go and install the Xcode and use the Playground and you'll be good. Come back to the next lesson and then we'll explain in details how these variables work.